Oh snap, live again on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Rumble, make sure you hit the follow button and hit the thumbs up button on both of those platforms, y'all. Welcome in. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every single night talking about all kinds of cases. We do all kinds of cases. Plus, we're live on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. We've been live doing the pre-show. We're going to be talking about Mica Miller, y'all. It's like a massive case right now. Everybody's talking about it. So I found some more videos. The first like half of the show tonight, the live stream, is going to be talking about Mica Miller. So much stuff to go over. And y'all, I found this other case that I wanted to talk about where there was like this YouTuber in LA that apparently was doing a live stream in her car and she hit somebody.
How dare you?
What the hell is going on? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And apparently there was something that happened out on a lake in Florida. I think it was Florida. A 15-year-old girl got hit while she was wakeboarding and the boat just like fled the scene.
You what?
Crazy as hell, y'all. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I'm going to shrink myself down so we can jump right into it. TikTok, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy. And if you want to come watch the videos with us, come on over to the Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble or both, all three, everything. Let's go. I hope you guys are ready. Oh, man. Oh, and Christina Randall did this video, y'all, and I wanted to talk about it. So make sure you go follow Christina Randall. Give her a subscribe on YouTube. She's got like 2 million subscribers almost. So chances are you probably already are following her. But here we go. Let's give it a listen, y'all.
All right, let's talk about Mica. Now, again, like I said just a few minutes ago, there's a ton of information out there. I was deep in it, y'all.
Yeah, that's all of us. That's all of us. Cheryl, thanks for the bears. Lincoln, thanks for the bears.
I'm going to give y'all the highlights. Just let me tell y'all, everything in this video is alleged, except for maybe some of the, reports that I'm going to put up on the video or some videos that y'all will see. Y'all can decipher those for yourself. Everything in this video is alleged. I don't know any of these people. Everything that I'm going to be talking about, I have pulled from very public sources. So you guys go and do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm not a professional. And let's get into talking about the beautiful Mica Miller. 30-year-old Mica Miller had been living in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina since about 2007. She was originally from Wichita, Kansas, though. She moved there with her mother and her stepfather and her 4 siblings, and Mica was married to a 44-year-old man named John Paul Miller. John Paul Miller, who sometimes goes by JP, is also the pastor at Solid Rock at Market Common Church.
Delinda, thanks for the bears.
In Myrtle Beach. According to him.
Oh, y'all, real quick, TikTok, do me a favor. There's a video that I just posted right before I went live. Would y'all click my face, go to the profile, and just leave a like, leave a comment on that video. Tell people to come join the live stream, whatever you want to do. But y'all click my face and leave some comments and leave some likes on that video for me. Please and thank you.
His claims. John Paul grew up playing piano in churches and in nightclubs. He says that he originally thought
You what?
Nightclubs.
that churches were for fake people who acted one way in public and another way behind closed doors. He also went on to claim that one day when he was in his 20s, he gave his life to Jesus. John also allegedly says that he started his first church in 2006 called Solid Rock Ministries, and he started it in a library. He says that his first sermon was only 6 minutes long because he only knew one scripture at the time. His congregation was only his family and a few friends. He said
What?
that he was also involved in the music
Yeah, I went ahead and pinned it. Sweet Misty, I pinned it just now.
department of churches all across the area before he started his own church, Solid Rock, at Market Common in 2016, where he has indeed been the pastor. John has 5 children from a previous relationship, and he has none with Mica. Mica, who is John's wife, and also the pastor's wife,
Sheila, thank you.
was reported to be the church's creative director. It is also said that Mica started attending this church's youth group service when she was just 14 years old. John was 28 at the time. Mike
You what?
Mica and John reportedly got married, though, when Mica was 23 years old and John was 37. Now, even though we have this picture that has been painted, and John talks about how he grew up, you know, in the churches, and he thought that people were fake because they acted one way basically in front of others, and then they acted another way behind closed doors.
JP, that's called a hypocrite.
Bruh.
The irony.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's called a hypocrite. Y'all, thumbs up in the chat if you know what I'm saying. Holy hell.
Just stay with me here. And now he's married Mica, who attended the youth service ever since, you know, she was younger in the church, and they got married, and everything looked great, I guess, from the outside. Things were not great between the two of them. According to public records,
Imagine that.
Mica had filed for divorce.
JP, crazy as hell. Gen X, thank you. Naz, thank you. Y'all, thanks for the gifts. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it.
On October 8th of last year of 2023. However, it ended up being dismissed on February 12th of this year, 2024, because allegedly, according to this paperwork, the couple indicated that they might have been able to resolve their issues. A prenup had actually been filed between the two of them a year before this dismissal of this divorce on February 12th of 2023. In this dismissal, both Mica and John waived their right to ask for alimony, and that the home that they lived in, which was technically the church's property, would not be included as like marital property. They both also agreed.
Oh, hell no. But doesn't he like run the church or own the church or something like that?
Not to speak badly about Solid Rock Ministries and to keep their personal lives private, which I think just from hearing that sounds very one-sided. He owns the church. He's the pastor. He knows everything that's coming in, nonprofit. And she goes and signs a prenup saying she would get nothing, okay? Strange, right? Public records also show that John filed for a divorce on February 22nd of this year, and the documents indicated that the two of them had been living separately at the time. This filing was also later dismissed, but that's an interesting date because she filed for a divorce in October of 2023. The divorce was dismissed on February 12th, and then 10 days later, he goes and files for a divorce, and then that is later dismissed. And something that is even more strange about this is John, the pastor of his church, had been talking about their marital troubles in his sermons. But he didn't just talk about himself. I mean, he got up on the stage or the pulpit preaching to his church, claiming that Mica, his wife, had mental troubles.
When my wife went in the hospital, I looked at her phone and I counted over the past 2 years, 18 people who had texted her and said, if you ever want to talk about your husband, you can talk to me and say anything and I'll keep it confidential. Why the heck does somebody want to hear what somebody else says about their spouse? And 2 of those 18 were men. One day I'm going to preach about getting rich, strong, healthy, and finding a hot wife that loves Jesus. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just kidding.
You what?
That dude's voice is annoying as hell. How does he have people that like sit there and listen to him? Oh my God.
That was wrong. I told you I shouldn't be here today. I'm just...
Man, you know how sometimes you go to your friend's house and like spend the night and like they'd be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to church in the morning. And you were like, oh, okay. If I had to go and I sat and this dude started talking like that, I'm getting up. I'm gonna walk home.
How dare you?
I'll be like, man, this is crazy as hell. I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Bye. Call my mom, tell her to come pick me up.
I told you. Last year, my wife, they went to Africa, had a wonderful trip, amazing trip, and she came back with the idea to start a school in Africa. And 6 weeks ago, she goes in the hospital, gets out, and just leaves, just completely leaves me, leaves everything, drains the bank account, and goes. And guess what? While you're talking bad about me out there, I'm building a school in Africa for over 100 kids to be able to be fed. And the elders walked out on me and got so upset about stuff. The city of Myrtle Beach called us, and they said, you guys just won the Best House of Worship Award, #1 church in all of Myrtle Beach. I thought, I didn't even know that. I said, how does that happen? They said, we phone call, we poll people all through the community. We look on social media, we see what people are saying, all these different things. And y'all got first place. Oh, that's so cool. 2 years
What do you think they're saying now, bro?
ago when we started the school and people started giving me all kinds of problems and headache and things behind the scenes that had nothing to do with the school at all, got upset, stabbed me in the back. Myrtle Beach called us again. Guess what? Y'all got Best Church of the Year 2 years in a row. That's amazing. You can't keep me down. You're putting fuel in my plane. And guess who's not going to be in the plane? My enemies.
Oh my God.
You what?
Aren't you supposed to turn the other cheek? Isn't that the whole thing? Supposed to turn the other cheek? This dude's crazy as hell. And your shirt looks like the inside of a raincoat.
You have to take a taxi if you want to get there. And I pray for you, my enemies. I pray that you come to a place of repentance. I pray that you realize you're not hurting me. You're hurting the kingdom of God.
Shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch. Don't ever talk like you're fucking sucking helium again. Jesus Christ. You got to be shitting me. I'm getting the hell out of I don't even want to watch the rest of this. I'm done. I've had enough. Done. I don't even care. You know what? It's all like alleged and you know, conspiracy and stuff right now, but like even if like he has nothing to do with this, right? And it is what it is, and he had nothing to do with it. Just the fact that you sound like that, 30 years in jail. Put him away for 30 years for sitting over here sounding like he's on like a Sesame Street audition. What the fuck was that, dude? Listen to that again. I'm sorry to do it to y'all, but listen to that again. That was crazy as hell. You sound like Big Bird's like long lost like cousin.
You have to take a taxi if you want to get there. And I pray for you, my enemies. I pray that you come to a place of repentance. I pray that you realize you're not hurting me. You're hurting the kingdom of God. This is the worst sermon I've ever preached my whole life. I can't stand it. I just want to give the altar call and quit now. One day, listen, if you ever want to know what I'm going through in life, it's always about what I'm preaching about. God is so good to do that every single time.
Public records show that Mica had been dealing with a...
My God. No, he's not crying. He's like this. I mean, that's a damn good impersonation of him right there, too. All you got to do is sound crazy as hell, and you got it.
Unhinged bananas crazy.
I agree, Annie Elise.
Lot from John. According to Mica, she had been involuntarily hospitalized on February 8th of this year. When this happened, she left her car in the Walmart parking lot, according to a police report. When she was discharged from the hospital, Mica was told by the hospital staff that John had picked up her purse and her car keys. After Mica was released, she went back to Walmart and her car was gone. Mica then called...
Oh, shit. By the way, Beaker, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. By the way, y'all, make sure if you want to come watch the video with us, we're live on YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You can find me or click the link that's in the bio that says YouTube. It takes you right there. But we're live on YouTube right now. You can see the video, and we're live on Rumble. Shout out to YouTube. We got about 50 people watching. And on Rumble, we got about 140 people watching. So shout out to y'all. Come on over to the YouTube channel if you want. The Mystery Project. Just search it. The Mystery Project True Crime. Hit the follow button too on TikTok, y'all. TikTok, you guys are coming in strong right now. Tap the screen. We just hit 25,000 likes. So I appreciate that, y'all. Every time we get likes, it just tells TikTok to spread the live stream out more. So let's get 50,000, y'all. Everybody tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 50,000 likes. And thank you for the gifts on TikTok. You don't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Thank you for the love and the support. This channel is not monetized, y'all. I know a lot of people monetize their views and things like that. This channel does not do that. I do not do that. So I appreciate when you guys support the show like that. And directly, go to thehauntedSide.com. I do appreciate it. All right, let's keep going.
The police and reported that her car had been stolen by her husband, John. Now, while speaking with the authorities, Mica told them that she had actually known John since she was 10 years old, and she felt as though she had been groomed by him
Holy hell.
all the way up until the point when they were married. The officer contacted John, who said that he and Mica were not legally divorced and that she suffered from mental health disorders and that she experienced episodes on an annual basis around Christmas time where she would become like reckless and she would spend these large amounts of money when she would stop taking her prescribed medications.
What? John Paul, you sound crazy as hell. That's not a mental episode. That's called Christmas time. We all spend a lot of money around Christmas time. That's the whole point, right? Jeez Louise.
John also said that Mica's car was marital property and he was not willing to give it back to her until at least a month had passed, which is usually how long her reckless episodes lasted. And conveniently for John, he had power of attorney over Mica's health care. The cops decided that Mica and John were still legally married and that they really couldn't force John to give her her car back and that no technical crime had been committed. Mica had talked publicly about having struggles with her mental health, okay?
Yeah, dealing with his ass. I'd be mentally... I'm dealing with some episodes right now just from having to listen to his stupid voice for 18 seconds. Dear God. Amanda, thanks for the bears. I appreciate that. Let's keep going.
Who hasn't had struggles with their mental health? I think we all have, especially if you've made it through 2020 and beyond. We've all just about lost it a couple times, right? But Mica, being somebody who was passionate about helping others and kind and loving and just obviously had a sweet soul, she spoke publicly, and especially when she was ministering to other people, about her struggles with her mental health. At one point, she even talked about struggling with the thoughts of not going on, if you know what I mean. And at least one time we know it was on video where she was speaking to these people while she was doing her ministry work. Now,
Chrissy, thank you.
with everything else that we talked about as far as the involuntarily being hospitalized and the back and forth and John.
Man, that is crazy as hell. But seriously though, imagine if that dude is behind you, when you're cooking and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I'm making omelets. What would you like? And he's like, oh, well, I was thinking I'd really like some tomatoes and some cheese and maybe some onions. Do we have onions? I'd be like, oh, hell. Wham. Shut the hell up. That's what I'd do. I can't even imagine having to listen to that.
On going and getting her car keys and her purse and him refusing to give the car to her and and her speaking to the police. Things began to really intensify in March of this year, 2024. Mica reported to the cops that a razor blade was put in her tire. Now, Mica said that this was actually the second time that a razor had caused a flat tire for her.
Oh, hell.
In the last week at this point. The officer reported that the metal was actually a tire deflation device that could be bought online. So it wasn't just a nail or a slash. It was an actual tire deflation advice. Whoever Mica...
Advice. We love Christina Randall. She's so amazing. Y'all, make sure you follow or subscribe to Christina Randall on YouTube. I mean, she's got almost 2 million subscribers, so chances are you already are. But she's funny. She doesn't even know she's funny. She just says words, and we're just like, Christina, we love the hell out of you. Sometimes she pops in the chat too, y'all. Christina, if you're in here, you're awesome. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 50,000 likes. Thank you for all the love and the support, y'all. Come on, Amanda, thanks for your hand heart. Come on over to YouTube, y'all. The Mystery Project is where you can watch the video. Let's get some off the grid love going, y'all. And I thought I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember. So let's continue. Let's continue. But y'all, hit the follow button. Oh, y'all, do me a favor. There's a pinned video on the page right now, TikTok. Click my face, go to the profile, just go leave a like, leave a comment, repost the video. Favorite the video, do all the things. It's the pinned video, y'all. It just helps spread the word about the live stream. And it's about this case. So I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Let's keep going because TikTok just They're crazy as hell, especially for true crime creators, y'all. Oh my God. We say one word about the story that TikTok doesn't like, and it's like, no, nobody gets to watch this. And we're like, what? Oh, you damn AI robot people. They're crazy as hell. All right, let's keep going. I'll shut up now.
Accused of doing it was redacted in this report, though. Mica also reported to the officer that she had been noticing strange activity and believed that people were following her or at least watching her. Mica said that the person that she believed was doing this had a history of doing this to her. Investigators, however, stated that the evidence was not enough to prove that the person that she was saying did this did it. So I personally, with my unprofessional opinion, can only assume that the person that she may have been talking about was John, her pastor husband. Now later that
Aaron, thanks for the sticks.
same exact day, a different officer got a call to go to a car dealership where he ended up speaking with Mica there. Mica told this officer that while she was on her way to the dealership, she stopped at a gas station. At this gas station, Mica said that a person pulled up next to her at the pump and began trying to speak to her. She told him to go away, and she said she did not want to talk to this person. And she said that when she pulled out her phone to try to record the incident, that this person just sped off. Mica then went on to tell the
Holy hell, that's crazy as hell. Aaron, thank you. Amanda, thank you.
officer that when
See, Bon, good to see you. Thank you.
she left the gas station, the person tried to follow her to the dealership. And if this did not sound like, okay, this is a lot going on, did all of this really happen? While the officer was literally standing there with Mica talking about this, Mica got a call from a blocked number, which ended up being the person that she was talking about. The person, okay? According to this officer,
The person. Crazy Frog Lady, thank you.
the person was advised that Mica did not want anything to do or any more further contact with him, and that if he continued, a warrant may be issued. Now, at this point, Mica told the officer that she was literally afraid for her life, and after the officer left, Mica called him back to tell him that the mechanics that were working on her car, to fix this tire and all of
They found hella GPS trackers.
this stuff, literally found a GPS tracking device on her vehicle. About an hour later after this, Mica called back again to tell the officer that she was attempting to get a restraining order against this person. The officer asked if they could meet so he could see the tracking device for himself. Mica said yes, and they met up. As they were talking, the person that they were talking about slowly drove by in Mica's car. The one that was taken.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah. Also around this time, Mica had been posting little updates on her Facebook, and she would post little videos. She even posted an emotional video talking about things that had gone on or things
Nurse KK, thank you.
going on within marriage. And she offered support to anyone struggling with leaving a dangerous situation because they think that God will be mad at them. Check this out.
I've had a lot of women that have reached out to me about situations of abuse. And I just want to tell you what a lot of people have told me. Male or female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Abuse is abuse. And you are the bride of Christ. And my Bible says that he took all the abuse you could think of for you so that you didn't have to live that life of slavery and bondage and pain.
Mica went on to file for divorce again on April 15th of this year, 2024. And at this point, it was so clear that things continued to escalate between Mica and John. However, nobody could be prepared for what would happen next. On April 27th of this year, Mica called 911 to report that she was going into this park area and basically that she would not come out the same way that she was going in. and that she wanted her family to know where they could find her and her belongings. Here's the 911 phone call.
Robinson County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Y'all, listen to this, because I've heard so many people say that this sounds like a AI. This sounds fake. This sounds like it's not even like a real person. Thumbs up in the chat if you've heard that. Let me know what you think. Let's listen to this. We listened to it before, but y'all, take a good listen to this real quick. All right.
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
And that echo too.
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
A national park. I have my location on, I think, on my phone.
It was like, you don't know where you are? A national park? Who says it like that? You don't know where you are? A national park. What? It sounds weird, y'all. It sounds weird. I understand what people are saying. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's her. Maybe she's just in like in that somber mood, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, to my ears, that sounds weird.
Find my phone is on. I just did my my location.
Okay, I'm showing, hold on one second. Are you at the Lumber River State Park?
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Tell me what's, happened.
I'm about to self, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
Mica was later found at Lumber River State Park in Robeson County, North Carolina.
Oh my God.
The medical examiner at first was not exactly releasing the COD, but they have since come out and stated that Mica passed from a self-inflicted wound. Since this, the sheriff's office has released a timeline that details everything that Mica did leading up to this 911 phone call. Now, at 11:38 on the morning of April 27th, Mica is seen on her Ring doorbell camera leaving her home. Then about
Billy Joe, thank you. Gen X, thank you. Cry, is it? Oh, Crystal, thank you.
a half an hour later at 12:12 p.m., Mica is seen on surveillance footage walking into Dick's pawn shop. Just 1 minute later at 12:13 p.m., Mica is seen smiling while buying a weapon. From 1:06 p.m. to 1:35 p.m., Mica is seen driving her car on the highway and stopping at a gas station to get gas and a drink. Then at 2:54 p.m., Mica made that call to 911. And by 3:30 p.m., deputies were searching the state park looking for Mica. Now, while they were searching, detectives were approached by a person who said that he found a bag while fishing that had Mica's ID inside of it. This person said that they heard crying and then they heard a loud pow. And I seen, before this came out, before the 911 phone call came out, I saw somebody in comments writing that they were on their fishing boat and that, man, if they could go back and change that day, that they heard what they sounded like, what they thought sounded like whimpering or crying in the woods, because this person was fishing in a boat on the water. And he heard the crying sound, and then he heard the loud bang, and then the crying stopped. And I saw the comments wrote, and I thought, you know, you just never know what's real or not. But this person has since come out and spoke, and it sounds like that did happen. He said that when he started talking to the cops and was telling them, they began to question him. They said, whoa, 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 come here, come here, come here, you know, and that's when he told them what he heard. At 4:23 p.m., Mica's body was indeed recovered, and investigators searched Mica's car and found the case to the firearm, and they also found a box of ammo in the center console. Something that I thought was interesting, and maybe more will come out about this later, is allegedly the itself was found in the water, and the serial number matched the box that was found in Mica's car. Given the circumstances and knowing that John had allegedly been served with divorce papers just 48 hours before all of this happened, investigators immediately wanted to confirm John's whereabouts. They were able to determine that John and the woman that he had allegedly been dating were not in North Carolina the night before or the day of the incident. They say that John traveled to Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh my God, how convenient.
How dare you?
You have an alibi for the night before and the day of? Wow. Man, I know y'all want me to hit it.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
That's some crazy shit, ain't it? Oh man, all this happened and you just so happened to be out of the fucking state. Oh, let's do his voice. I was out of the state. Oh my God, I was in North Carolina. Now you sound crazy as hell, dude. This would piss me off. Whoo, y'all, I'm getting freaking heated over here. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name is Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every single night. Welcome in. Hit me with some high bears, y'all, if you want to support the show. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Yeah, come over to YouTube. If you want to watch the videos with us, you can see the videos on YouTube. Just search for The Mystery Project, or the link is in the bio, y'all. Plus, do me a massive favor. There's a video pinned to the top of the page right now talking about this case in this live stream. Would y'all go leave a like, leave a comment on it, repost it, hit the favorite thing, do all that stuff. We got 286 likes, y'all, and 37 comments. Can we get like 500 likes and like 100 or 200 comments? Let's do that, would you? I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going.
For a sporting event the day before. Now, this was actually proven, though, through eyewitnesses.
Nicole, thank you. Jenny, thank you.
And license plate readers. Detectives also confirmed that John stayed the night in Charleston, so they knew that he himself could not have been there with Mica when this happened.
Jenny, thank you. Alex, thank you.
Mica's family actually met with deputies in North Carolina to discuss their findings, and John at this time allegedly declined to travel to North Carolina to meet with them, but said that they could come to South Carolina. Deputies said that they had no plans to travel to South Carolina. Something that is unbelievably interesting. So y'all have seen earlier in this video a few of his, sermons, is
You what?
when he found out about his
Is it Cole? Thank you.
wife's
Savannah, thanks for the follow.
he decided to address his congregation after he did a full sermon. So he goes to church. He gives a full sermon, cracking jokes, just a regular Sunday, even refers to himself as like handsome and charming. And then at the end of the sermon, he just
You what?
Jay Pizzle. You crazy as hell for that one, dude. You crazy as hell for that one.
decides he's not going to do an altar call on this day, and he is going to have the whole congregation stand up, not say anything as they leave, and listen to what he said.
And your relative says, God, this is amazing. Why would you do this for me? And God says, I love you, but I didn't do this for you. You see, 300 years ago, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents were listening to this tall, charming, humble pastor, and he told them that if they'll give their life to Christ, that God won't just take care of them, he'll take care of the ones that come after him. That's what I want you to leave here with. Okay, that's amen.
You what?
We're not going to do an altar call today. Instead, Instead, I'm going to have you stand up and I'm going to make an announcement. And after the announcement, I'm going to ask that you leave church quietly and don't talk about the announcement here in the building, please, if you can. So y'all can stand to your feet. Before I make the announcement, I also want to say that my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next, little bit. 'Cause I don't want to have, I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I don't want to have to worry about the church. My break may be a few days, a few weeks, I don't know. I got a call late last night. My wife has passed away. And it was self-induced, and it was up in North Carolina. And we're going to have a funeral for her next Sunday here at 3 p.m. And so it's all I can, I'm just kind of going on adrenaline right now. So y'all pray for me and my kids and everybody. And y'all knew that she wasn't well mentally, and that she needed her medicine that was hard to get to her. And so I'm sure there'll be more details to come, but just keep our family in your prayers. And I'm going to let Pastor.
Man, you are crazy as hell saying some shit like that. Your wife passes, and it in the announcement to people, you're saying, "Oh, but y'all know she wasn't mentally okay. She needed her medicine that was hard to get to her." What? You're either like the most just callous, like just no compassion whatsoever person ever, or you had something to do with it. Like, that's crazy as hell to say something like that.
Mr. Randall, my bishop, he can pray. I get a microphone, he'll pray out. And if you have anything you want to share as well.
Micah's family saw that, and they were all but begging for a full investigation to take place into what happened, because they definitely believe that John abused Mica and may have actually been involved one way or another in her passing. In probate court filings from Mica's sister, Sierra, she says that Mica expressed to her that she was living in fear and that she may not make it to this divorce because her life would be taken from her. Sierra said in her filing that it is her belief, based on conversations with her sister Mica, that she told multiple people, including family members, that if I end up with that it was not by me, that it was by JP, John Paul, her husband.
Holy hell.
Also in this filing, Sierra stated that her and her sister Mica were very close. As a matter of fact, they text each other nearly every single day. Sierra also said that her sister Mica had expressed to her and others, family members, friends, a lot of different people basically, that her husband John was doing all of this stuff to her. So
Amanda, thank you.
It wasn't just like this all came out of nowhere. Mica had been telling people for a while. Sierra also claimed in the filing that Mica had told her that John had been moving assets, including transferring his stake into the Myrtle Beach piano bar, to his son. This includes back in February when Mica was hospitalized. See, Sierra says that John removed Mica's personal items from their home and allegedly deleted evidence that Mica had been building against John for their divorce from her electronic devices. Sierra says that Mica was not able to access her iCloud account, email, or her Facebook either. So allegedly, again, just to simplify this, allegedly, according to Sierra, when he involuntarily hospitalized his wife and he was able to go and get all of her stuff, he saw all of the evidence that she had been building for when the divorce happened, and he deleted it all. Lastly, Sierra stated in these documents that her sister Mica had talked about what she wanted her life to be like after the divorce. Sierra says that Mica was hoping to participate in church missions and had mentioned wanting to live in Kenya part-time. Apparently, Mica had even shipped some of her personal items to Kenya in preparation for her move there. From the sounds of it, it just did not make sense that Mica would do this. As a matter of fact, I saw some paperwork online that showed that literally on the 26th, the day before Mica's 911 phone call and the incident happened, she paid, I believe it was like her taxes on her car or her registration or something. And it was like, why would she go and pay that? And then the following day, everything happened the way that it did. People were just...
That's pretty weird.
So confused. And Mica's friends and family, just none of it making any sense, and them being obviously so hurt and distraught, they went and actually held a rally out in front of Solid Rock Church asking for justice for Mica.
What do we want? Justice. We do we want it? Yeah.
And Mica's family has also held a memorial service for Mica, and at the same time, John held a memorial service for Mica as well. Now, strangely, a police report has recently come out that shows that John allegedly tried to get into Mica's apartment 3 days after she passed. The leasing manager, however, shout out to that person, did not let him in because they knew that Mica did not like him and did not want him in there. Now, as you guys can imagine, the internet is doing its thing. And when I say people are suspicious of everything, that is truly an understatement. Even with the coroner coming out and giving an official statement, or official statement was released saying that according to their findings that Mica did this to herself, people are suspicious. And let's talk about just some of the reasons why, okay? As I mentioned earlier, John has been reported to be dating someone, okay? Her name is Susie Skinner, allegedly. For entertainment purposes only, go do your own research, form your own opinions. Now, allegedly, this Susie was married to a man named Chris. And this guy, Chris, was actually in a wheelchair after an accident that had ended up leaving him paralyzed. Well, in 2021, apparently, Chris was in yet another accident where allegedly his wheelchair got too close to a pool and he fell in and nobody was around to save him. And so he unfortunately passed away. John conducted his funeral. It, could be a weird coinky dink.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
However, I mean, it seems a little weird, right? It's something that people are talking about.
Yeah, that's damn strange. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every night. Tap the screen like crazy, y'all. Let's get 100,000 likes. Everybody watching, just tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 100,000 likes. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. I see the high bears coming in, y'all. You don't have to do that, but it is very sweet. Thank you so much. This channel is not monetized at all, other than the live gifts and the subscription. So I appreciate that. And if you want to watch the videos with us, come on over to YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. It is under the Mystery Project, y'all. So come on over to the Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble, y'all. We got 100 people watching on YouTube, and we got 213 people watching on Rumble. Shout out to you guys. But hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 100,000 likes, y'all. Come on.
It's also been reported that John exchanged very flirty text messages with a waitress, or I believe she was a bartender, right before and after Mica's passing. This waitress has actually shared a receipt that she allegedly got from John that included a $20 tip and his phone number. Now, this waitress ended up texting John.
$20 tip? You trying to impress a girl with a $20 tip, JP?
You what?
Man, you crazy as hell. Jackie, thanks for the you're amazing. Very sweet. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you so much.
And this is a portion of their conversation where he says, I'm trying. I think I need a bikini pic of you. And she said, LOL, I don't know if I really have any. And then he says, come on. Okay, no bikini, wink. She says, LOL, I think most of the time when I'm in a swimsuit, I'm also in a mermaid tail. And he says, are any of my pics going through? She said, nope. He said, do you have one with just the mermaid tail? And she says, ha ha ha, I don't think I do, actually. And he says, give me something. I'm still trying to send pics. Then later in the conversation,
oh, hell. What the hell kind of pictures you trying to send?
is where he tells her exactly what he does and then sends a video of one of his sermons. Can you imagine? Now, you take those text messages however you want to take them.
What? No, take them for what they mean. You know exactly what he's talking about.
What? What the fuck?
Oh, my God. I can't even imagine, y'all. I can't even imagine. He's probably trying to send it, and his damn phone was like, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, sorry, but the picture's too small. You know, there's not enough pixels to send. Oh, Lord. Or it was being sent, but it was only 1 pixel. You know what I mean? Like he sent it 43 times, but it was only that many pixels, right? I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
But something that
I'm being facetious.
I find a little strange, and you guys can do your own research and judge for yourselves, is this young lady
Got that iPhone 15% zoom, or 15 times.
that had these
Wow.
interactions with him has since come out and done an interview with, I believe it's News Nation, and she said that he actually texted her even after Mica's passing, and it was very strange. Listen to this.
Let's just get right to it. You most recently texted him after you heard his wife was dead. What surprised you about his response?
Honestly, it didn't really surprise me all that much. I kind of suspected that it wasn't going to be what you would expect from a grieving husband.
What did he say?
Ooh.
It was, well, I asked him if anything was new, and he more or less said, yes, lots new, LOL. I'll text later.
Now, if all of that isn't just giving you the ick already, along with the sermons that we've heard, an email from John to Mica has since been released. Let me read some of it to you because, in my opinion, it kind of gives a little glimpse of how he spoke to Mica. Mind you, the subject line says divorce. Hey, Mica.
Whoa.
I hope you are doing well. I'm ready to be done and move on and heal and find a first lady who won't treat me the way you are.
Oh my God, you are crazy as hell, sir. What? That's some crazy ass shit right there. How you gonna talk to people like that? How the hell are you gonna talk to people like that?
I really hope you do great things. I was willing to do anything. I even had the amazing desire to have kids since you're not on meds. And I want to apologize for the flowers and fruit. It was already paid for to last until your birthday. Feel free to give it all away. I sent that to you before I found out all of the things that I have recently found out about you and what you've done, and you disgust me.
What? What? Doing some projecting there, J.E. Pizzle? Doing some projecting?
So please, let's meet soon and be divorced and let this nightmare be over for me.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. It was such a nightmare for you. Y'all, thumbs up in the chat if you want me to read this entire statement in his stupid little voice. Thumbs up in the chat. You wanted me to do it? I'm going to do it.
Bruh.
It's up to y'all. It's up to y'all.
Enjoying all the African missions and Pastor Jumba, and all the pastors' wives are so excited for what we're doing. We expect 120 kids our first semester. I have about 10 to 12 people going this time, including Kristen and Tom Winslow and Becca and Jonathan, etc. And I need to move on ASAP. I need a woman who will respect me, love me, and be worthy of all that being a first lady is about. I mean, we could...
That's some crazy shit right there, dude. You sound crazy as hell. Oh my God. Here's the thing, bro. If you really are that kind of guy that wants to provide and protect and take care of a woman, you don't have to say it. And you don't have to write some stupid sounding shit like that. The woman, the lady, she knows it. She feels it. It's already there. She feels safe and comfortable and doesn't want to divorce your broke, dumb fucking ass. She wants to be around you. And you're not going to be doing that shit with the waitress and all that stuff. I mean, give me a break. You sound crazy as hell over here. In fact, y'all, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read just the first line. Hit me with the high bears, y'all. Let's hit that goal, because when we hit the goals, TikTok spreads the word about the live stream, y'all. Hit me with the little high bears action. I'm gonna read the first part of that because in his stupid little voice, he was talking like this. But he's like, "Hey, Mica, I hope you're doing well. I'm ready to be done and move on and heal and find a first lady who won't treat me the way that you are." Bro.
What? What the fuck?
God, you sound crazy as hell. This dude sucks. Man, you are a piece of garbage. Even if, y'all, here's the thing that's crazy about this shit. Even if it comes out, all right, and y'all, this is an if, right? But it's all speculation anyways, right? It's all craziness, right? Even if it comes out and he really had nothing to do with this, right? Just if, right? It doesn't matter, bro. You still suck. You're still bottom of the barrel garbage that I hope never is like you just disappear somewhere. You know what I mean? And just nobody ever has to look at you. No one ever has to listen to you. No one has to even remember who you are. Even and that's best case scenario for this dirtbag. That's the best case scenario is that you don't rot in prison and then burn in hell. Man, you are crazy. This is craziness, y'all. Okay. And I need to move on ASAP. I need a woman who respect me and love me and be worthy of all that being a first lady is about. Me. You suck. That dude is crazy as hell. Y'all, do me a favor, tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 100,000 likes. We need 50 more of the high bears. And hit the follow button if you're new here. And if you want to watch the video along with us, come on over to YouTube, y'all. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is The Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble. Just search The Mystery Project. Give me a follow. I appreciate it. Oh, and look, this one, I love this. This is so funny. Hold on, let me pin this. These I love the trolls, y'all. This person goes, OG, what is his name? OG Perps. Man, you sound crazy as hell too. You must be JP. That's JP right there. Probably so. He coming in trying to be like, you're boring. Really? Because I'm making jokes about JP being an asshole. I'm reading it in his voice, and I'm giving y'all the facts, and we're listening to the facts. Is that boring? What do you do? Like, do you just skydive every day? Like, are you like, is that what you do? Do you literally, like, is your house on the moon and you have to travel back and forth from the moon to the earth every single day? Because that would be like the only thing that wouldn't be boring to you, I guess. I don't know. That's fucking crazy as hell. At least they're not telling me to shut up. Some people tell me to shut up, and I'm like, really? Yeah, exactly. Y'all, do me a favor. If y'all are being entertained, if this is fun, will y'all hit me with some thumbs up in the chat, y'all? If this isn't boring, will you hit me with some thumbs up? Let's see. Maybe OG's onto something. Maybe the 208,421 people that follow me on TikTok just like to be bored. But I'm imagining he's going to be sitting over there going,
emotional damage.
Because you suck. Amity, thanks for the bears. Y'all hit me with the bears too. I appreciate it. All right. Let's keep going because we got way more to talk about, y'all.
Who will respect me, love me, and be worthy of all that being a first lady.
You know what's crazy though, real quick before this? That it's always funny how the troll accounts, they don't even have like a picture. So like, dude, your life is so boring. You can't even put a picture of yourself on your TikTok profile. I mean, come on. And I guarantee you, if I looked at your profile, not even your mom follows you. Oh, man.
Emotional damage.
You messed up. I mean, you can come take a shot. Come take a shot at me if you want. But you crazy as hell for saying some shit like that. All right, let's keep going.
Is about. I mean, we could just go through line. I could just do a separate video and we could just dissect that email. But the most hurtful part probably to Mica is the fact that that was her desire, was doing this school, and she worked with children and loving working with children, and he was just jabbing her every which way.
Last year, you know, my wife, they went to Africa, had a wonderful trip, amazing trip, and she came back with the idea to start a school in Africa. And 6 weeks goes, he goes in the hospital, gets out, and just leaves, just completely leaves me, leaves everything, drains the bank account, and goes. And guess what? While you're talking bad about me out there, I'm building a school in Africa for over 100 kids to be able to be fed.
But let's move on to John's alleged criminal history. And it doesn't shine the best light on him either. And just gonna throw this out there, I ain't the one to talk. Y'all already know.
Oh, thanks for hitting the goal, y'all.
I've been in trouble myself too, but since we're flowing down this pattern, let's talk about that. In 1997, a prosecutor dropped a case against John after negotiating an outcome. One of the charges included contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and in April of 2000, John was found guilty of aggravated assault with a weapon and knowingly causing property damage in excess of $300. In February of 2008, charges of DA were charged but never prosecuted.
Oh, damn. Jackie, thank you.
For one reason or another. Some people suspect that these charges
Crazy Frog Lady, thank you.
didn't make it through, kind of like how the divorce never made it through. You know, something was just holding something back. Interesting, though, on top of all that, allegedly, again, I don't know any of these people, go do your own research, John's father has been involved in quite the controversies himself. In 2014, Reginald Miller, John's father, who founded the Cathedral Bible College, pled guilty in federal court to...
That's what his stupid voice sounds like. His stupid voice sounded like his name should have been Reginald. Oh, I'm Reginald. Oh my God. Pardon my monocly.
Felony charges
sounded crazy as hell, JP. Oh my God. KK, thank you for the heart.
Related to his treatment of international students who came to Myrtle Beach College to earn their degrees. Reginald has also been accused of something to do with S's, and allegedly whatever those S type of charges were ended up forcing him to move his ministry from Florence to Myrtle Beach. Reginald was actually once the leader of South Carolina's largest churches, and he was a leading spokesman for the movement, which emphasized speaking in tongues, prophecy, faith, and healing. An announcement from John's church has been made that he has been released from his functions for a time of healing, for a time of counsel and guidance, and the church's website that he has started and everything has since been suspended. And there's people that believe that the reason why is so the public doesn't go and leave a bunch of reviews on what kind of pastor they think he is. Now, pastor. As far as my opinion, I mean, I think you guys know my opinions on most of this. This just is his sermons. First of all, I don't know how people sat through them. You know, God bless everybody that went to that.
Yep, hey, exactly. Amanda, thank you.
That church. I pray that they go and find a real church, somebody that really loves the Lord. Everybody's imperfect. Everybody makes mistakes, bad choices, even the pastors. But there's a little something different about this guy, in my opinion, and other people too. Listen, just because people hold a Bible and stand on a pulpit doesn't mean they know God. I mean, that's not for me to judge. And just because you are homeless on the side of the road with a cup asking for change doesn't mean that you don't know the Lord. There are people that have been sitting in church for 30 years, their whole entire lives, going through the motions because it's what they've always done, and they have no idea who the Lord really is. And somebody like who this guy seems to be, I don't know him, seems very scary, actually, that he has been doing these things and had the kind of power and control that he has and the money coming in. I think everything needs to be examined with a fine-tooth comb. I hope that Mica's family gets the justice that they're looking for.
Mary posted, thanks for the heart.
I don't know if I think that somebody else was there with her in the woods that day, but I believe with my whole heart that somebody took advantage of a vulnerable person who was broken, and every time she tried to stand back up, knocked her back down, and knew that this could possibly be an outcome because of struggles that she had before. And it's just terrible, heartbreaking, awful. And to get up there and preach that sermon afterwards, and to even speak about her in that way, and say she had mental issues and just so casual and nonchalant, I can't wrap my mind around it. It is horrifying. So I am going to follow this, and obviously.
And there's another video, y'all. We got a part 2 coming up right now.
See if.
Come over to YouTube if you want to watch it too, y'all. Like, see the video with us. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Links in the bio. We just hit 100,000 likes too. What? Y'all, thank you so much. Let's go for 125,000 likes. And thank you for the hand hearts. Very much appreciated. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate y'all.
If anything else comes out, again, I hope that Mica's family gets everything that they need for their hearts, for their closure, for themselves. And I think that things need to be looked into. What do you think?
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, y'all, hold up. Did you see this video? Supposedly this is him, I guess. I don't know. I just saw it in this one. He's like laying on the grass. He's like doing his stupid little voice, talking like a granny. Yeah, that's what he's about to sound like, y'all. Come over and check this out on YouTube right now, y'all. If you want to see this one, The Mystery Project on YouTube, come subscribe. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, and Rumble every night, 9 p.m. Pacific time. Check this out, y'all.
So in today's video, we
What the hell is that?
are back at it again with a part 2 for the Mica Miller situation or case, because it does seem to be ongoing at this point, and so much has come out since we talked last, or since I put out my last video. So if y'all have not watched my first video on Mica,
Oh, we just did, Christina Randall, don't you worry. We just did.
Please go and watch that first, because that gives a good amount of information.
It surely did. Hell yeah. And Cheryl, thank you for the Cash App. Very sweet. Oh, y'all are coming over now. Boom. We just got like 40 people that came over to YouTube.
And from the backstory of what's going on, 911 phone call, all of that stuff is in the first video, but otherwise we're just going to pick right up in this video, like y'all already know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's talk about Mica. You guys, so much stuff has come out. It's been a lot, and it's still rolling, and it is still coming out literally as we speak. Over the weekend, which if you are in northern Florida, I hope y'all did okay, because there was some insane storms. An article came out.
Oh, damn.
And it
thank you.
Came out referring to John Paul Miller and his ex-wife. Remember in the other video, we talked about him being married before, and he has 5 kids and all of that stuff? Well, the
hell yeah.
divorce papers were pulled, and a lot of information from that marriage and that divorce came out. We're going to talk about that in this video, and I was losing my ever-loving mind, y'all. I was like, I cannot believe all of this is real. So firstly, let's talk about the fact that her family has come out and spoke and said that they hold John responsible for what happened to Mica, and that they really, really, really hope that this investigation is far from over.
My theory of how Mica died, well, I know she was pushed to the brink. I know that there is no reason for her to be out there in that area. We've never been there. She's never been there. I mean, my theory broad right now, there's bruises on her hand. There's injury to her other arm, like a handprint. And these things were not documented, and they did not show up for no reason. And we were not satisfied with the answers that we were given in the entirety. It didn't seem like enough was done. And we just want more answers. We want more checking into this.
This is a good place to tell you guys, everything in this video is alleged. I don't know any of these people.
Amanda, thank you.
I'm not a professional. All of my information.
Early, they did take pics. Early, they did. They took pictures.
I pull from very public sources that are already out there, so please go do your own research and form your own opinion. Okay, these text messages allegedly from John to Mica's family right after her passing have come out. And as you guys can see at the top of this text message, it's a group chat. So allegedly he sent this to the family, and it says, "This is what happens when you try to encourage someone to divorce the person they love and tell them they don't need medicine and that they are not ill when they are. Good job, Francis family." Can you imagine even having the...
What the fuck?
Man, you are crazy as hell, JP, for sending a text message. Like, see, this is, I go back to what I said earlier, y'all. Even if you had nothing to do with her passing, you're still like bottom of the barrel human garbage. That's best case scenario.
Ugh. To send that to a person's family, regardless of what happened.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Even if everything he said was true, which I can tell y'all with everything and 10 toes down, I don't believe it. But can you even imagine sending that type of text message to somebody's family after what happened? One of her sisters responded, "F out of here. You are the reason our sister is gone." Then another family member texted and said, "It's easy to shift the blame when that's all you know how to do. No one told her not to take her meds. Get that through your thick skull. You drove her crazy, simple as that, and the surgery that you wanted set her off on this path. How dare you even contact us talking like that?" And whoever sent...
Right? Mac and cheese. Yeah, I heard that too. That dude is sick as hell.
What the fuck?
When I read that, when I read some of the stuff that he allegedly did, I literally, like, I just had to sit back and I was like,
Emotional damage.
because that is crazy stuff, y'all.
Sent that text message, "I am with them." How dare you even text her family saying anything like that? Also, according to Mica's father, Michael, he says that John claimed Mica was not taking her medication properly and that she needed to be hospitalized back in February of 2023. However, Michael says that Mica had just decided to take one part of her medication a day versus two, which allegedly she was allowed to do by her doctor. She didn't just stop taking her medication altogether. Michael, Mica's father, also says that John allegedly got Mica to go to the hospital by showing her this document that would give her family power of attorney over her medical care instead of him. But that document never ended up being filed. So what it sounds like is that in order to have her involuntarily committed to the hospital, allegedly he tricked her. If y'all watch the other video,
oh damn,
once she was admitted into the hospital, again,
that's when he went through and like got her stuff and like deleted all the evidence that she had that she was going to use to get the divorce.
Voluntarily, that's when he was able to go and collect her belongings. He went and got her car, he got her purse, he got her cell phone, and was able to do whatever he wanted to with it, and allegedly delete all of the stuff that she had been recording and keeping and all of the evidence that she had against him.
Mica had been gathering information to help with her divorce for quite a while previous to her commitment to the hospital that was unwilling.
With all of this information coming out, John ended up making a 2-page statement through his attorney denying ever doing any of this stuff to Mica, and once again claiming that Mica just struggled with her mental health. He said that she struggled with bipolar disorder, which led her to having paranoid episodes and self-destructive behavior. Now I'm going to read part of this 2-page document only because what we're going to talk about next, I think it's very interesting what he says in this through his attorney. Following the untimely death of Mica Miller, unfounded rumors and false accusations began circulating on social media and in various media outlets, suggesting Pastor Miller's involvement in her demise. This created a buzz, causing local and national media outlets to begin proliferating these falsehoods on a claim that Pastor Miller groomed his wife from the age of 10 years old couldn't be farther from the truth. She moved to Myrtle Beach at age of 15, was married to another man at the age of 18, and divorced at that age of 21. It has come to light that Mica Miller struggled with mental illness, specifically bipolar, which when not properly managed...
What? Did he say right there that everybody's running with these stories saying that he groomed her from the age of 10? Did he really answer that with, no, she wasn't 10, she was 15?
You what?
Like that somehow makes it better? Did y'all catch that? He just kind of threw that in there. Like, outrageous that he would, do this when she was 10. She was 15.
How dare you?
Man, you crazy as hell for saying shit like that. You're going to burn in hell, too. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. 800 people watching. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 150,000 likes. Thank you for all the donuts, too, y'all. I appreciate that. It helps me go live every night because the channel is not monetized, y'all. Keep that in mind. I know some or a lot of people, they get paid off the views and shit like that. And all hell no, I'm not about that life. If you want to support the channel, you can, but you don't have to. Man, mac and cheese, what is that that's happening to me right there? Is that a leopard? What? Yeah, that kind of stuff, y'all. I appreciate that kind of stuff if you want to support the show. But making money off of the views and shit is creepy. So, all right, let's keep going.
Led to paranoid episodes and self-destructive behavior. Now, I do want to say mental illness and this diagnosis is very real, and it is serious. However, how convenient for her to be delusional, right? Because of all of the things that she was saying. Now, if y'all remember what we talked about in the other video, Mica and John Paul Miller had both been previously married before. The reason why John Paul and his ex-wife got a divorce was because, allegedly, she caught him messing with Mica. And let me show y'all the video of John Paul after he allegedly got busted by his wife.
Oh, hell, y'all. Right now, TikTok, come watch this video with us. This is where he's laying on the ground, whining, sounding like a damn rejected Sesame Street character. Y'all, on YouTube right now, The Mystery Project. We're live right now on YouTube and Rumble and TikTok. Y'all, come on over. I'll wait about 10 seconds. We're going to play this video. This is him literally lying on the ground outside of his truck because he got caught. What? Y'all, come on over. Let's get 200 people watching. We got 150 people watching right now on YouTube. Let's get 200. Come on over, y'all. I'm going to play it. If you guys are coming over, you get to catch just the edge of it.
Feet. You all right, man? You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter?
What? You sound like you're 4 years old, dude.
Makes me go crazy. Is somebody helping you? I think Mark's coming to get me. Oh, okay.
Mom's coming to get me.
I thought I was going to see Jesus.
I thought I was going to see Jesus. What are you saying, dude? You look like the kind of guy that's lying on the grass crying. Oh my God. You look like that kind of guy, you crazy ass. Wait, how do I find it on YouTube? Nancy, just search for The Mystery Project. It's on the screen right here. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Y'all, that's my YouTube channel, The Mystery Project. The link is in the bio too. Click it. Come on over.
Okay. But you got Mark coming? Somebody called him, I think.
Somebody called him, I think.
Okay. I feel like you survived me.
So, What the hell are you even saying? And keep in mind, y'all, this is the crazy ass dude that put that whole thing that Christina was reading about, like, oh, you don't deserve to be with me anymore. I need a first lady that's good. And he said that, y'all. He called himself, or he said that his wife would be the first lady. And he said, you don't deserve this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm doing all these big things and I'm this manly ass man. And you're sitting there crying into your grass, dude. You're literally a sprinkler for your front yard that whines and cries and is acting like a damn 3-year-old toddler. You are crazy as hell, and your glasses suck. I hope you're laying in an ant pile and you're gonna burn in hell for this shit.
Medication?
I'm sorry to say it, but you're pissing me off. You're pissing everybody off, but you're pissing me off. This crazy ass shit. Y'all hit me with some donuts if you agree. Go nuts for donuts. And what was that? We saw like a panther or some shit. Mac and Cheese was like, oh, you want the screen to go crazy? I got you, boo-boo.
How dare you?
Insane. Thanks for the love. But anyways, yeah, this dude's crazy. I mean, come on.
Something they gave you? Yeah.
Is this his friend that he's talking to? Because like, if one of my friends did this, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just not like, no, I'm good. I don't need that rubbing off on me or like affecting me in my life at all. Like, nah, I'm good, dude. I'll be like, bro, you got 3 seconds to get your stupid ass off the grass, back in your truck, and go the hell somewhere else. Go talk to Jesus. Maybe he wants to hear you cry and whine like Sesame Street's freaking Big Bird's like little brother or some shit.
Make sure Mark's coming. But somebody's called him, right? Okay. All right.
But that's not all. Divorce papers between John Paul and his ex-wife have recently surfaced, and John's ex-wife accused him of allegedly committing SAs with people under the age of 16 and also having an addiction to S workers. She said that
oh Lord, yeah.
John allegedly started to have his affair with Mica when Mica was their babysitter. And I want y'all to think about this. When I was reading this weekend, talk about, as a wife, the ultimate betrayal. This woman has multiple children with this man, okay? He has wooed her. We all know that John Paul is like a sweet talker, right? Because we see him in his congregation, just talking himself up, how tall and handsome and charming he is. He's with this woman who already knows all these other things that we just talked about, like with the addiction and the other stuff, right? They have a babysitter who they have hired to come in and help with the children, who is another young woman from the church who is married to another young man, Mica and her then husband. She's there probably playing with the kids. I could only assume that the children love her. We see all of these photos of Mica with children from all over the world. We know she had a gentle spirit. I can just imagine in my mind, these kids love Mica. And then I envision the way that John Paul is, and this is just all my theory. There's no facts to this. Him being in the house with her and him giving her those looks. And he's the pastor. Like, he's the one that everybody in the church thinks is the
You what?
Mm-hmm.
The rising person or the leader or the strength. And he's giving her that special attention. And the wife has no idea.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Y'all ladies are smart as shit. Y'all read the room. Y'all read them situations. Y'all know immediately. Y'all know immediately. Y'all. Every single one of y'all has that intuition where you're like, who's this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Like, y'all have that intuition. So she had to know something was up. She had to know something was up. And dude's crying in the grass. I mean, come on. Dude's crying in the damn grass. My God.
Said that John actually made her husband, Mica's husband at the time, his best friend. So they were always hanging out together. Like, he was plotting this, allegedly. John had even officiated their wedding and was present when Mica was proposed to by this other guy. Y'all watch this video.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
I love you. Kiss your bride.
Y'all, if you're not watching the videos, you're not on YouTube, come over to YouTube, search The Mystery Project. You can see these videos, y'all. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Angie. And who knows? I guess on TikTok, you see like panthers and lions and shit. Y'all want to see this? Get on over here.
In these divorce papers, John's ex-wife alleged that when the church found out about John's acts with people under that age that we talked about, they asked John to seek counseling for his addictions. John refused.
What?
Though. Can you imagine? In these papers, she said that the majority of the church ended up leaving the congregation. They just could not get behind it. And I bet you they're all sitting back looking at their TV right now going, we knew it. We knew it. We was led by the Holy Spirit to get up out of there. And it looks like you could be right. Then on top of all of that, the ex-wife of John Paul Miller caught Mica and John while they were in the act. Okay, they were literally in the act back in 2015.
Holy hell.
I cannot imagine her, like, the shattering, right? The absolute devastation of that. So she went and filed for a divorce, rightfully so. And I know she's looking at everything right now going, whoa. So when John and his ex-wife went to go and sign their final, like, divorce agreement, the judge had ruled that John had to pay $1,200 a month in child support and $1,100 a month in alimony. But allegedly, John only ended up making one payment before saying that he could not afford to pay anymore. But it was also said in the—
Why don't you get your ass off the fucking grass and get a job, you piece of shit? Did you ever think about that? I can't afford to take care of the 5 kids I have. I want to cry on the fucking grass. No, shut the fuck up. Get up and go do something to support your kids, you piece of shit. Oh my God, it's going to piss me off, y'all. TikTok, entertainment and educational purposes only. The overlords, y'all, not y'all in the chat, but the damn AI people to get mad as shit when I say stuff like that. It's killing me. I hate when these loser weak ass dudes say shit like that. I can't afford $2,000 a month. Well, figure it the fuck out. Because your little kids don't need to be paying for their own cereal, JP. You dumbass. I should have a damn drink right now. Christ on the cross. Oh my God, let's go.
These documents that John had just bought a brand new boat. He bought a motorcycle.
Oh, you had a boat, John? Can't afford to take care of your kids, but you had a boat and a motorcycle?
Up buying a golf cart. Recently, when John's ex-wife was approached by reporters, she said that she was trying to just lay low for protection of her children, and I have so much respect for her for that. In another article that has since come out, John allegedly admitted to posting a top—
Yeah, picture of the— Yep, I love when you say all that we're thinking. Hey, Angel, that's what I do. That's what I do, you know? That's what I do. I'm here to say it like it is. That's why we have a YouTube and a Rumble. Yo, we do the live streams on Rumble. You can say everything. You can say anything you want over there. That place is amazing. They don't get mad as hell like TikTok will be like, you can't say things like that about people. Really? Really? Yes, I can. Because last time I checked, yep, I'm a grown-ass man. Damn, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm pretty sure I can say whatever the hell I want to say. Crazy as hell. Anyways, let's keep going, y'all.
Liz photo of Mica on Facebook literally just weeks before she passed away.
Walk away.
I'll show you the pictures.
Do you want to go to jail?
They'll be on Facebook in a few hours.
Alrighty, you'll be in jail in a few hours.
Allegedly. After this man posts a picture of his wife, whom he claims is so mentally ill, topless, on the internet, he ends up emailing her about it afterwards and sends her an apology and says, "I'm sorry for putting a picture of you on the internet. It was for less than an hour and I immediately took it down. I was hurt that you're telling everyone horrible, intimate details of my past sin, and I just wanted to try to hurt you. Please forgive me. It was evil of me to do that."
Do you not understand how the internet works, JP? Once you put something on the internet, it's always there. It doesn't just go away. You can't just take it down and be like, "Hey, I hope no one saved this." What? And to be fair, you're crying in the grass anyways, dude. So I can't listen to anything that I can't take anything that you say seriously because you were whining like this in the fucking grass.
Mica did end up contacting the Myrtle Beach Police Department on April 8th after seeing this picture of herself go up on Facebook. She told them that John
How did you even post that on Facebook?
posted the picture to a group called Big B's and Nice Curves.
Man, you crazy as hell for that one. I guess you can't. Can you post that stuff on Facebook? I don't even get on Facebook anymore. That shit's crazy as hell. Every time I got on there, it was like a menu for OF. I was like, what the f is going on? No, I'm good. Like every single post and story was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh hell no, I'm good. So now every time I had to delete the damn app because every time I looked at it, I was like,
Emotional damage.
hell no, I ain't trying to deal with this shit. Anyways, that's my rant.
And even tagged an old account for Mica, which she could not access anymore in order to like untag herself, delete it, report it, or any of that. And Mica said that she sent the picture to John 6 months prior from that, and that he was the only person that she sent that picture to. The officers, on the other hand, ended up telling her that because her nipples were blurred out, that the picture didn't meet the like South Carolina code of law for nudity. So he did.
Man, you crazy as hell. Lulu, thanks for the donuts, y'all. I appreciate the donuts. Thank you. Hit the follow button if you're new here at TikTok. We got almost 1,000 people watching on TikTok. Tap the screen like crazy, too. Let's get 150,000 likes, y'all. And we got 220 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Make sure you come over and subscribe to The Mystery Project on YouTube. We're live every single night, 9 p.m. on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Rumble. Y'all, we got 237 people watching on Rumble as well. Shout out to y'all. Let's keep going, because we got 2 cases to talk about after the Mica Miller case as well. Damn, let's go. And Tiny Rice Bowl, thank you.
Just enough to get away with it legally. Officers also told Mica that the photo was posted anonymously and that there was no way to prove that it was him that actually posted this photo.
How about if she's like, he's the only one that has it? Angel, yes, and he is wonderful. Sarah, thank you for the donuts too. Damn, very sweet, y'all.
They also told Mica, and this is a learning lesson for anybody that is watching this video, that once she sent that photo to him, he was now the owner of the photo. So basically, it sounded like they were saying that there was nothing that they could do, even though he sent the email allegedly and all of this stuff. Like, okay, I'm going to try to tell y'all the rest of this information because I'm wanting to tell y'all all my opinions about everything in between, but we're going to keep going here, okay? After that situation is when Mica submitted an affidavit through her lawyer that said, since the day we became husband and wife, she said that she had been abused in every way that she could think of. She said that she was emotionally, sexually, spiritually, financially, and physically abused by him, and that he had harassed her physically and electronically with letters, phone calls, emails, texts, and even said that he was hacking her emails and her personal Facebook account and impersonating her. She also went on to say that he would use her stolen phone to send texts and emails out to people in the church pretending to be her, and that he would also text her friends and family saying all different kinds of things, saying that she was like sleeping with teens and that she was messing
With who?
with people from the church. She also claimed that he was showing up in person in places around town that she was, and that he had 3 different tracking devices installed on her vehicle. And you can only imagine with this, you guys, the amount of support.
Yeah, I think she said teens. Yeah.
Support that John Paul Miller had, because he would go into the church and he would be like, "Oh, my wife. Oh, you know, she's just
Christina, no. It was more like this. I got you, Christina. We go way back. I got you. It wasn't like that. It was like this. Oh, my wife. Oh, my wife. Me. That's a better representation of what he actually sounds like, Christina. Don't worry. I got your back, girl.
I'm worried about her. I'm worried about her. I don't know where she's at all times. I got to follow her around. I got to check her stuff. I don't know what she's going to do next. And the church is probably like, oh my goodness, like, I'm so sorry. And she had very little support. All the people from all those years that, you know, I can't imagine how that weighed on her. Then this brings us to her memorial service. And when I tell y'all, I watched this and just cringed over and over and over again. He ended up telling his congregation that he had gone down to see her body 4 times, but it still hadn't hit him yet that she was gone, and that he kept thinking that she was going to wake up. He even went on to say that
this part, y'all, this drove me batshit crazy when I heard this.
Tried to raise her from the dead.
Yup.
I hadn't even had time to look down here yet, but
if I swear to fucking God, if you start squeaking, I'm exiting the video and I'm going to bed. I'm going to close this, y'all. I'm closing all this shit out and I'm going to fucking sleep if you make that stupid sound. I haven't heard this part, and if it comes out of his mouth, I'm done, y'all. I'm done.
I got this lay next to her body and spent time with her body about 4 times this week, and each time it still didn't hit me.
Oh my God.
I thought she was going to wake up. You know, I even tried to raise her from the dead one time this week, and that morning actually, I went to the mall later. She had bought me this dog tag, and the chain broke, so I went to the mall to get it fixed. And I saw a female about 20, 30 feet in front of me, and she was wearing one of Mica's dresses, and she had the same tattoo Mica has on her arm and the exact same hair. And out of just...
Would you get her number, you fucking creep? That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like you're about to say. Oh, this girl kind of looked like Mica, so I went up and got her number. That's what you probably did too, you sicko.
Instinct, I screamed, Mica! And the girl turned around, and it was one of her sisters. And I thought I raised her.
Oh, hell no.
From the dead, she's alive, you know.
I am not going to play every single clip here that I have saved to my phone that I took of the memorial service, but the way that he spoke about her, it's giving...
That's the most cringe shit I've ever heard in my life.
How dare you?
Cardi B, what do you think?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I would agree. Annie Elise, are you in there? What do you got to say, Annie Elise?
Unhinged bananas crazy.
Yep. I absolutely agree.
Me whiplash, y'all. It really gave me whiplash. He talks her up, and then he talks himself up, and he uses her to put himself up in her memorial service. But yet you hear the way he's talking about her, but then you see all the things he's doing behind the scenes. Let me get to the end of this video, okay? Most recently, the sheriff's office where Mica ended up, her life ended, has announced that they have requested help from the U.S. Attorney's Office for South Carolina and from the FBI to investigate. Here is the official statement that they put out. The Robeson County Sheriff...
Smack my phone, sorry, y'all. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button. I see about 1,000 people watching. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every single night. Come on in, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy too, y'all. We're trying to hit 150,000 likes, and we are damn close. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for the live gifts. You don't have to do that at all, ever, but I do appreciate it, y'all. Thank you for the donuts. YouTube, we got over 200 people watching. Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me. Real quick like and hit the subscribe button. If you're new here at TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video. Just search The Mystery Project, and you'll find the channel, or go to thehauntedSide.com and you can find all the links to all the things. ThehauntedSide.com. That is the best way to do it. And shout out to Rumble as well. We got almost 300 people watching on Rumble also. So let's go, y'all. Let's keep going.
Sheriff's Office has been in contact
Tanya, thank you.
with the United States Attorney's Office and Federal Bureau of Investigation in South Carolina since the early stages of Mica Miller's investigation. Based on the information gathered during the investigation and jurisdictional reasons, the Sheriff's Office has requested the assistance of both agencies. No other information will be released at this time. Anyone with information pertaining to Mica Miller's investigation is...
See how they called it an investigation too right there? Say anything pertaining to the Miller investigation. Not the Miller case, not the Miller situation, not the Miller, the Miller investigation.
South Carolina is asked to contact the Columbia, South Carolina FBI office.
Casca, thank you for the stick.
At 803-551-4200. However, Mica's family did release a statement. As of me filming this video, it's changing so quickly, so something else will probably come up even after this. But they said that they were very grateful for everything that everyone was basically doing to help them find justice for Mica, and that they are aware that Robeson County Sheriff's Office released a statement about the FBI being involved. However, the family has no personal knowledge of the nature of any FBI investigation, and therefore they had no comment about the investigation, which I think makes sense, because if the FBI is involved, they're going to investigate everybody, which they should. Every single person, and I would have to assume that Mica's family has zero problem with that. However, the Sun News, and there's been a lot more news sources as of today, have published different articles or even like video news reportings that confirm that the FBI is investigating this. So it seems to me like the FBI is definitely involved, which I'm glad. They should be, especially when you're talking about a church. There's also been a 911 phone call that has recently been released from allegedly Mica's sister calling 911 a couple years ago on John Paul Miller herself, because Mica had went to her house to escape from him, and he was sending threatening text messages talking about having a firearm and all of that stuff.
911, address of your emergency.
I need to report a non-emergency at this point.
Okay, what's going on?
My sister came here today to visit because her and her husband were having issues. She came from Myrtle. She told him she'll be home on Tuesday. And he was texting me at this point saying, I'll be at your house at 12:55. I'm armed and ready, and I will keep you up all night. I'm going to get her back.
Oh,
and I said, you're not welcome at my house. There are no trespassing signs up. You cannot threaten weapons. He has 6 guns that he just purchased recently. And he's saying, I'm armed and ready. I'm coming to get her.
So my opinion, if you guys cannot already tell by now, this is wild. I'm so glad that this is still being investigated, and I think everything needs to be investigated. I think that if everything that we talked about today is true, there is a pattern with this man. Mica did have an affair with her husband that she got married to when she was very young with John Paul Miller. However, I don't see that as an equal affair, especially knowing his history before he ever even got married, before all of this, because it doesn't seem like there has been this breaking point. It's not like he did all these things when he was younger and then he had 20 years of doing wonderful things and then he messed up again. It has been constant, which tells me he is who he is, and he's learned how to
He's a damn snake. Yup.
Weasel his way out of things over the years. And the only way that this is caught up with him is, unfortunately, because of the passing of Mica. It seemed like it took something this big in order for this man to be slowed down or stopped. We'll see.
Maybe knock down a few pegs.
What happens? I do believe Mica was groomed, whether she was 15 or 18 or 19 or 20. The power dynamic between her being the babysitter and him being the pastor is just so unequally yoked. And if you've ever been around what seemingly this type of person is, that I believe that John Paul Miller is, they're the type of people, if they cannot control you, they will destroy you one way or another, whether it be your reputation, whether it be whatever. They will destroy you if they cannot keep you or at least control you. They will try to control the narrative. I'm going to continue to follow this case. I really hope, and I am praying, seriously praying, that Mica's family stay strong in this and they don't take their foot off of the gas, because this is so much bigger than just a controlling husband.
Oh, it's not even the family. This is like the whole world, the whole interwebs is not going to let this just get swept under the rug.
In my opinion, this is big. This is somebody that was a leader in the community. There's no telling what else has been going on.
Oh my God, that is so true. Y'all, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. We got 2 more cases to talk about tonight. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. I'm live every night at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever 2 hours ago was for you, that's usually the time I go live, because I know we got people from all over the world. Keep tapping the screen like crazy too. Let's get 175,000 likes. Thanks for the donuts. Thanks for the friend. Thanks for the rose. Thanks for all the support. We got some more cases though, y'all. Let's go. I saw this one. And justice for Mica. Rest in peace, Mica Miller. It's so tragic. Oh, man. I pray to God that if somebody else, and you know, we have to say it right now, right? But I pray to God if somebody else was involved in this, that they are brought to justice increasingly fast. Like very, very, very fast. Okay. Y'all, real quick, TikTok, by the way, come subscribe to the YouTube channel. The Mystery Project on YouTube. The Mystery Project. Or type in the Mystery Project True Crime on YouTube. Because after the live, it becomes available to rewatch on YouTube and on Rumble. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta set this thing real quick. And then we'll get into the next case, y'all. Hang on 1 second. Sorry. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I saw this case, y'all. I saw this one. Check this out. Anybody know who this is? Anybody know who this is? Yeah, we're going to learn today. We're going to learn about this girl. Apparently, her name, or I don't know her real name, but her YouTube is Vegan Patriot or something like that. And apparently, she was live streaming, and she, in her car, and she hit somebody with her car while she was live streaming.
You what?
Sounded crazy as hell, so I figured we'd talk about it. Here we go. You guys ready for this one? Let's do this.
Oh my God, are you okay? I didn't see her.
Is this a case of distracted driving? A woman live streaming on YouTube apparently runs over a pedestrian and keeps streaming. We're taking a closer look at the collision and an apparent lack of consequences with Beverly Hills attorney Mitra Hurrian and California Police Sergeant Kyle Schoberg. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so we don't have a ton of information about this, but I will tell you what we do have is very interesting. A woman known online as Vegan Patriot, or VP, is taking a lot of heat after she appears to run over a pedestrian.
Oh my God, do people have beef with her? Stop it. Yeah, that was a vegan joke, y'all. That was a vegan joke.
while she's out driving in Los Angeles, California. Now, so far, again, we haven't been able to even confirm VP's actual identity, but what we do have are some accounts of her live streams. And in her live streams, VP often smokes cannabis. She's allegedly doing just that before this collision. She's since removed the live stream containing the actual incident, but as you know, once something is online, it is there forever. So let's take a look.
He does hear those voices. They're not fake, but I wonder some.
Oh my god, are you okay?
No.
I didn't see her.
Why are you not looking?
I was looking. I didn't see you.
What the are you?
I'm telling you, I did not see you.
Okay, and?
God damn, that girl said, okay, and you still hit me.
What the
Just tell me how I can help.
Call 911, call an ambulance. Just tell me how I can help. Well, first off, don't hit me. That would be great. Second off, maybe call the authorities. You crazy person. Oh my God. Call emergency services. That sounded loud as hell. Did you hear that, y'all? It was like gong.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Where's my phone?
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys. I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good.
So VP pulls over to the side of the road. She ends the live stream. But later that day, she's back with some
Hold up. She pulls over. She pulls over to the side of the road to end the live stream. So people walking down the street, you're doing the live stream, just like you're like, yeah, woo! But then you're like, you know what I should do at this moment? Do the safe thing and pull over to the side of the road to end the live stream. You are crazy as hell. Oh, Randa, thanks for the hat, the howdy ma'am hat. And Montreal just jumped up here. Also, we got a kitten up here. Hi, baby girl. You guys want to see a kitten? Put some thumbs up in the chat. You guys want to see Montreal? She wants to say hi. Come here, baby girl. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all, say hi to Montreal. She's blind in this eye and half blind in this eye. But her name's Montreal because she lays around the house and she's like, paint me like one of your French girls. Can I get a kiss? She's a cutie. Okay. You got food, you got water. Go.
Dates.
All I'm gonna say is I've
She'd put out an update?
been blessed. And
Blessed? What? Man, you crazy as hell for saying this shit.
I'm very grateful for choosing to not be a piece of today. Guys, I don't have a charge. I don't have a ticket. You know why? Because I literally wasn't a piece of and that's all I gotta say. It was really scary. And the sun was in my eyes, and you can go look at the stream. I was not even looking at chat. So, yep. Actually, the cop.
Is that your... Does that make you feel better? Does that make you feel, like, justified? She said, well, the sun was in my eyes. No shit. It's fucking daytime. The sun's out. It's always going to be in your eyes. And to be fair, you driving at night scares me a little bit more. The sun was in my eyes. No shit. Daylight savings time. Whoa. It's a crazy ass concept.
You what?
My God. And then she says, I wasn't even looking at the chat. Good. That's illegal. That's the same thing as texting while you're driving. You're just saying shit that is like Captain Obvious over here. This is crazy as hell. Lala, thank you for the heartbeats. We're trying to get, I think, 10 of those bad boys. Thank you for that. But seriously, the sun was in my eyes. Okay, cool. You can't be serious.
How dare you?
Let's keep going.
Cop literally told me, he was like, literally comes up and claps me on the shoulder and he goes, just so you know, I know how hard that was. He's like, do you know how many hit and runs we have out here?
You're trying to say that the cop tapped you on the shoulder and said he knows how hard it was for you? For you? You know how hard it was for the person you hit? We heard it. That shit was loud as hell.
So VP, she goes on to answer questions from people in that chat that you see on the side there. She says that the girl is fine, presumably the person that she allegedly hit. Doesn't really elaborate on that. She says multiple times that the sun was in her eyes, that she wasn't even looking at the live stream chat. She says it's okay if the victim sues her because she has insurance.
No, there won't. There wasn't an official report filed. You're not listening. She didn't have damages that were deep enough for an official
report.
She didn't want to press charges.
She didn't? Oh, that's going to change. It better change. Angie, thank you for the hearts.
And what was the other reason? There were 3 reasons. I don't know, but there's no report. Today, I realized that no matter how scared I am, I obviously didn't do those things I would be ashamed of doing, like driving off when a person could have been dying on the streets. Yeah, no.
VP then goes back, rewatches what happened on her earlier stream and says that she is in shock. Well, people in the chat are the ones really in shock that she didn't seem to get in any kind of trouble for her actions. Well, let's talk about it. So I'm joined right now. 2 special guests. I did that. It looks like I have 4, but I really have 2 special guests. Beverly Hills attorney Mitra Hurian, as well as Kyle Schoberg, sergeant with the Citrus Heights Police Department out in California, co-instructor of the Patrol Survival Tactics Seminar and host of the Shots Fired podcast. Great to have you both here. Mitra, I'll start with you. Are you surprised that there are no charges, that she wasn't arrested? You know, seemingly if you hit somebody, you'd be arrested, right?
Well, what an interesting world we live in, right? So years ago, everybody was sort of worried about Big Brother filming them doing everything, and now we're doing it to ourselves. So yes, you know, caught on camera, so to speak, but it was a very interesting exchange between her and the pedestrian. The pedestrian sort of sounded more shocked than anything. And you do truly see her reaction, the driver's reaction, where she, you know, is saying things that are consistent with the story that she tells later about the sun being in her eyes.
Is this a marketing ploy? This is marketing, y'all. This is 2024 fucking marketing. Oh my God. We fell for it again, y'all. We fell for it again. I guarantee you, the girl that she hit doesn't want to press charges. The police just tapped her on the... They probably didn't even call the damn police, y'all. This is what they do. They do some shit like this, hoping that it gets put on all these news stations, and then we talk about it, and then people go to their page. They get views on all this stuff. I mean, come on. This is textbook 2024 marketing right here. It has to be. It has to be.
She really didn't see her. So the fact that she wasn't arrested, all that tells me is that there isn't probable cause. The tricky thing with DWIs, driving under the influence of drugs, the tricky thing of that as compared with DUI, where we have, you know, first of all, vehicle code in California gives you the defined limit of what is over the limit, and that's 0.08 blood alcohol content. We don't have that with drugs. There's no level. There's no reliable testing. Marijuana stays in your system much longer. It could be, you could have smoked and, you know, up to 2 weeks, up to months. If you're a habitual smoker, it could stay in your system. It's notoriously one that stays in your system for a long time. How do you check the level? With alcohol, we have the field sobriety test. We have blood alcohol. We have breathalyzer. All of those things, you know.
Do you know what you do? You know what you do? They don't do a sobriety test. They don't do like the, hey, blow into this. But if you want to find out if somebody's high, just put down like a party pack of tacos from Taco Bell, and if they eat like more than 1 or 2, they eat like say 8 of them, that's it. That's that done. Sorry. And do the same thing. You like, you know, they don't walk a straight line. You just put it right in front of them and see how many tacos they eat. They ate more than, and it's like, oh, you know, like 0.08 is drunk. If they eat more than 5 tacos, high as shit. That's what you got to do, you know? They start asking for, yo, you got hot sauce too? You got any of this? Yeah, 100%.
While a defense attorney can really poke holes in it, they're relatively reliable, at least in terms of probable cause, and being able to, even if something is taken, hours later at the police station. Of course, Sergeant can speak to this more.
Anji, thank you. Anji, thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate that. You guys don't have to do that, but it is appreciated. Thank you for the love. By the way, come over to YouTube, TikTok. Make sure you subscribe to the Mystery Project on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, TikTok, and Rumble every single night. The Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble. Come on over and find the channel, y'all. We got 175 people watching on YouTube and 250 people watching on Rumble. So shout out to y'all. Excuse me. All right, let's keep going.
We know certain things about how quickly alcohol leaves your system with some degree of certainty. We don't have that with marijuana. So just to quickly answer your question, which I'm getting to, about, if I'm surprised, I'm not surprised because there isn't that reliable testing. And this happened hours after she smoked. And she seems to be somewhat cognizant, on the video. So
seems to be? She hit a person with her car. You are not cognitive if you're hitting people with your goddamn car.
If there's not enough there for probable cause, then I would not be surprised.
It's marketing. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Is that the officer did not place her under arrest.
Yeah, Kyle, I'll throw it back to you. You heard Mitra talk about what some of the challenges could have been in understanding.
Oh, that's what we're going to do. Somebody want to pretend to hit me with their car? Can you imagine it? It'll be all over everything. Oh my God. True crime podcaster Patrick struck by a vehicle. It's just going to blow up. Y'all watch.
What substances were in her system or were not in her system. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so oftentimes in law enforcement, our role when we show up to a scene like that is to figure out, is the driver under the influence of either a controlled substance, drugs, marijuana, or alcohol, like she had stated. And unless that officer would have reasonable suspicion to believe that she was under the influence, he probably, in that type of circumstance, it didn't seem like maybe she was hurt that bad. Maybe they didn't take a police report, which is pretty accurate of a lot of agencies where they're not going to take police reports on minor traffic collisions unless there is an injury or someone's being transported to the hospital. But in this case, if the officer shows up, he's not seeing any signs of her being under the influence, then exactly what Mitra just stated, I'm not surprised that the officer didn't take her to jail or even take a report for that matter. Now, if you do suspect her to potentially be under the influence of either drugs or alcohol, then it would be the officer's responsibility to run her through a series of field sobriety tests. They are different. Drugs are different than alcohol. The tests are different. So in that case, if he were to determine if she's impaired, which that's all he would have to prove is that she's impaired and she was involved in this collision, she then could be placed under arrest, taken back to the police station. If you assumed that it was drugs, they would then take her blood and she would be then booked in jail. And if there was any type of injury to this pedestrian that she struck and they determined her to be under the influence of drugs, that then would be a felony.
There is limited reporting and information on this. A lot of this we're taking from her own account. Does it seem strange to you, that statement? She goes, yeah, the officer came up to me, put his hand on my shoulder. I was like, you know how many hit and runs I've seen? And, I know this must be emotional for you. Does that seem odd to you?
Nah, not really. As a cop, you respond to these calls where someone hits a pedestrian. That could be very traumatic for somebody. And so, there's nothing wrong with cops showing empathy and making sure that the drivers of these cars, if, they truly suspect it was an accident, making sure that she's okay. She's probably shaken up. You can clearly see in her reaction in the video that that's an authentic reaction from her. She is shaken up. So to show empathy, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think if people are concerned about that, then the department would need to take a look at that and go, is this officer's typical behavior, his character on how he's treating people, or is he treating her differently because maybe he finds her attractive or something, but I go back to just showing empathy.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting. She's like, there's your live content for the day, guys. But look, she might have been in a nervous reaction. Mitra, I want to ask you this. So her statement was, it was really scary, describing what happened. And she said this, like you mentioned, the sun was blinding her and it had nothing to do with any drug use or looking at the chat. Not that she was distracted. She says, you can look at the stream. I was not even looking at the chat. If sun blinds you, can you still be legally responsible? She talked about how, hey, sue me. She doesn't seem to be facing charges, but is it a driver's legal responsibility to make sure that their vision is not obstructed by the sun?
And they just played the video and it's not obstructed by the sun. You can literally see where the sun is shining at the bottom half of her hair right there.
If
look at that.
Substances were not at issue here and she was not distracted by the chat, let's take it there. Does she face any kind of legal liability, whether on the criminal front or the civil front?
Yeah, that's something that would be handled in the civil courts. And, we see that all the time. Distracted drivers. It could be anything, even looking at a text or not paying attention, or, you could be the best of drivers, but looking in the wrong direction at the wrong time. It takes a split second, for you to hit somebody if you're not looking. That's why texting is so dangerous. And so, that's something that then everyone calls their insurance companies. In California, you're required to have insurance. So the insurance companies get involved. There is some recourse for anyone that is injured. Again, if there's no injury here, and injury can be defined in many ways, but if there's no real injury, then the insurance claim would fall through as well. And then the pedestrian would have to decide, is it worth suing this individual, outside of the insurance system, which, if we don't have a significant injury, 9 times out of 10, no, unless it's some sort of quick cash grab. But if that's something that would, be handled in the civil courts and not on a criminal level.
And from a legal point of view,
Angie, thank you. Halfway there. Appreciate that.
Sure, the fact that she didn't drive away, but apparently stayed there, that would help her case, right?
That really always does, right?
Yep.
Because the hit and run really escalates everything. And and whether that means someone is more guilty or less guilty is, another question. But the fact that you left the scene really shows sort of a lack of taking accountability for your actions, and also concern for the other person. That's not somebody we want on the roads.
Yeah. And she talked about in the video how I don't remember if it was a family member or somebody who was close to her. She claims was actually a victim of hit and run. Somebody did that, and so she would never do that. Kyle, do you think that the videos of that incident and the videos she posted afterwards, police are looking at those at all? Does it change your perspective? I mean, you saw the video of her hitting or allegedly hitting this person. What do you think happened? I mean, she didn't see it? She was blinded by the sun? Do you think her reaction afterwards is going to affect anything in this investigation? I don't even think there is an investigation, but you tell me.
Well, I think the videos are pretty telling, because if you actually go to her YouTube channel and you watch some of her videos, which, by the way, I did do that, and I will never get those minutes of my life back. But here she is, video.
Emotional damage.
That dude said, I watched some of her videos and I'll never get those minutes of my life back.
Herself on live stream with her boyfriend, and they're just doing drugs. They're talking about doing fentanyl.
What the hell?
Amphetamine. They're driving around in a car, which is very disturbing to me, that she's clearly under the influence of drugs while live streaming with her Cash App monogram on there, asking for people to donate money to her, which people are donating money to her in these videos. And I hate to break it to you, but she's not going to use that money to go get a hotel room like she's claiming. She's using that money to keep up with her habit of purchasing more drugs. And so the fact that she's doing this,
oh my God,
while driving and putting all these people at risk, that to me is more concerning. And yeah, I do think that the police department should look into that, knowing that they have these videos now. They need to look into it, because someone like that is an extreme danger to the public. And clearly she's got no regard. And it's kind of sad to me that people are doing that on live stream YouTube just for the views. I'm sorry, but I think that's sad. And I think that the police department should look further into that.
Look, we live in a day and age where people are doing anything for views or clicks. But Mitra, let me just end this with you. If she wasn't actually looking at the chat, but the live stream was going on nonetheless. Can that be a distraction from a legal point of view? You know, we talk about it, how there was all the issue with people on their phones, right? But if she's not directly looking at the chat, but it's the idea of she's engaging and she's focused more on that than she is at the road, is that an argument that could be made in court?
I think that's a tough argument. You know, we're having conversations with people sitting next to us in cars all the time. We're listening to radio. We're listening to podcasts. I mean, they're
Yeah, it's true. And it would be like, oh, but you're like filming yourself. But you'd be like, yeah, so is my dash cam, you know, like dash cams are filming us, all that stuff.
you know, I think we're used to a certain level of distraction. And arguably somebody who does this every day and has a camera on her all the time and is sharing so much of her life is able to kind of tune out that distraction. And it might not be as distracting for her as it might be for, you know, somebody like
Well, apparently it was.
you and I who were sitting in the car and we're not used to a camera being on us and, you know, thousands of people watching us.
Yeah, well, I am, but not in the car.
You're used to it, but when you're driving?
Whoa, Jesse.
Yeah, not when I'm driving. Not when I'm driving. Mitra, Kyle, thank you both so much for coming on. Really enjoyed the discussion, and hopefully no more accidents. She's safe. Everybody's safe. It's just a very interesting situation, to say the least. But Mitra.
Oh, my God. Darla, thank you.
Kyle, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Jesse.
Holy hell. So no charges filed. And she was doing it for the views. Oh, Lord have mercy. TikTok, do me a favor. Hey, y'all, do me a huge favor on TikTok. We still got about 800 people watching. Hit the follow button. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every night. But do me a favor, y'all. Click my face before we talk about this last case. Click my face. Go to the profile. There's a pinned video right now, okay? It's talking about Mica Miller. It's talking about what the dad was saying. Y'all, do me a massive favor and go leave a like, go leave a comment, repost the video, favorite, like hit the little favorite tab. Just would y'all do me a huge favor and just go crazy on that video? Would you please? I appreciate it. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes, y'all. We're at almost 700 likes. Thank you so much. Go check it out right now, y'all. It's pinned to the top of the page. Okay. Let's talk about this girl. This is the 15-year-old girl that was wakeboarding, and apparently somebody hit her. A boat hit her. They failed to stop, and then they just bolted. Crazy as hell. Let's find out.
FWC officers have identified a boat fitting the description of the vessel that struck Ella Adler.
A 15-year-old girl hit and killed by a boat on Mother's Day weekend. The tragic story of the death of Ella Adler and where the investigation stands with an attorney who specializes in boating cases.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy.
All right.
Ella Adler was doing what people do in South Florida. She was out enjoying the water in Key Biscayne, Florida on Saturday when Florida wildlife officer
Key Biscayne, what case was also right there recently? I know that. What was it? What else was in Key Biscayne, y'all? Oh, I can't remember. It was something. Don! Good to see you, Don. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. What was it? There was something there.
say a boat hit her and killed her. There are still a lot of questions about what happened, but wildlife officials are saying that Ella and another girl were wakeboarding the day before Mother's Day, being towed by a boat when they both fell in the water in different locations. Ella was hit by a boat. An incident report just released says that boat that hit Ella was occupied by one person, a 78-year-old man from Coral Gables. The boat did not stop. She was near the Nixon Beach
Oh, my God.
sandbar off of Key Biscayne.
The boat is in our custody and its owner is cooperating. We'd like to thank all the public for their help and support in this investigation.
Only in Dade, a citizen journalism account on X posted videos showing what they claim to be the boat of interest being towed away by law enforcement. In a video posted on Facebook, an FWC spokesperson voiced sympathy for Ella Adler's family, reading a statement from the agency's chairman.
As FWC Commission Chairman Ronnie Barreto said, and I quote, "Our community suffered a great loss this Mother's Day weekend. As chairman of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, I would like to thank all our officers and those from various law enforcement agencies who have worked and continue to work tirelessly on this investigation. The FWC and its officers have called in additional resources from other parts of the state and have worked around the clock to find the vessel involved in the accident. As a father and grandfather, my heart is broken for the Adler family. Adler's death is devastating for her family, friends, and the community at large. FWC and our partner law enforcement agencies will not stop until we have all the answers and the case is solved.
Ella is being mourned by her family and friends. Her obituary called her a star. I'll read just a little bit of this for you. She was a force of nature, and when she was near, everyone felt a gravitational pull toward her. In her 15 years on this earth, she dazzled us with her light. She emanated love and joy. She was beautiful. NBC6 in Miami reports the area where Ella was hit, she was near the Nixon Beach Sandbar, is a party spot and has had some similar incidents in the past. The TV station said its reporting found at least 5 instances that left people injured or dead near that sandbar in the last several years. Ella was a
Janae, I see you. Good to see you.
ballerina with the Miami Ballet, appearing in the Nutcracker according to her obituary. She was also a student at Ransom Everglades School, where she performed on the dance team. Ella was described as compassionate and speaking up for what she thought was right. She always had a big posse of friends. That's also in her obituary. Ella's family released a statement Tuesday night confirming that First Lady Jill Biden paid her respects as they sat Shiva. Ella was beautiful and shined brightly. In her 15 years, she gave us more light than we could have ever dreamed. While we cope with this unspeakable tragedy, we ask the public to give us our privacy as we mourn. We also wish to extend our gratitude to law enforcement for their hard work and commitment to helping bring some closure to this horrific loss. Mike Winkleman is a maritime lawyer. I want to bring him in to discuss this awful, tragic case. Mike, your first thoughts upon hearing about the crash that took Ella Adler's life?
Not again. I mean, Florida leads the country in boating accidents and boating fatalities.
Damn, I didn't know that. Y'all know that Florida leads the country in that?
So sadly, this is a story we hear far too often. I think these are clearly preventable incidents, and it just breaks my heart that a 15-year-old girl with such a bright future is just cut short due to clear operator negligence.
And let's talk a little bit about that. You kind of live in that general area down there, and you're familiar with the Nixon Beach Sandbar area. And it's we were reading on the NBC6 website down there in Miami that there have been some other instances.
He lives down there. I wonder if that's where all his billboards are at, huh?
Of people being either injured or killed in that general area. Do you know why that is? Is there just not enough signage in that area? Is it too congested? I mean, what are your thoughts on that general area, Nixon Beach Sandbar, which is named after President Nixon? He apparently had a home nearby at one point.
He did. He had a home on Key Biscayne a long time ago, so they call it Nixon Beach, named after him. It's right off the coast of Key Biscayne, extremely popular area in Biscayne Bay, which is really the heart of Miami, Florida. I'm a native Miamian. It's a beautiful area, wonderful area, which is why it's so popular, particularly with the sandbar. Stiltsville is not too far from there, a really beautiful area. But it's a
Crystal, thanks for the off-the-grid action. Thanks for the Cash App, Crystal. Very sweet. You don't have to do that, but I do appreciate it.
heavily trafficked area, a lot of high profile incidents over the years, catastrophic injuries and deaths. Certainly wouldn't be the first place that I would take my family to go water skiing if I was going to hop out on the bay for a day. So I think there may be an element of some negligence on the operator of the water skiing craft. But yeah, very heavily trafficked area, not my first choice for water skiing. And because of heavy traffic like this, I think that's where there's a greater likelihood of incidents like this happening.
There's still so much we just don't know about what happened. We know that the FWC said that Ella was out water skiing. She's being towed by one boat, or a yacht, I think is how some have described it. She falls off, which is
who water skis behind a yacht. You can go 8 miles an hour.
What happens? She's waiting for them to come back and get her, and she is horrifically hit by this.
Hold on, I missed this comment, and Carla, that was gold. They were talking about the guy hitting the thing and said, "Don't tell me he was live streaming too." Carla, stop it. That was, I can't believe I missed that one. Can you imagine? No, it sounds like he was just 78 and completely negligent. Just what? Huh? People? I don't know what's going on.
Other boat, and that boat does not stop. So we don't know much more about the circumstances other than the FWC says they've located the boat they believed hit her. The owner is cooperating, but we don't know why this person didn't stop. Did they not know that they hit her? How fast were they traveling? So there are a lot of questions that still need to be answered.
Oh, Cindy, no, I don't think they said that yet.
Oh, no doubt about it. There's far more questions than there are answers at this point. But what we do know certainly leads to an easy conclusion that the person that hit Ella was clearly at fault. And it was either a situation where if you give them the benefit of the doubt, they didn't know that they hit Ella, they didn't see her in the water. I find that extremely hard to believe, because if you are operating your vessel reasonably, you are keeping a lookout for dangers anywhere, not just to protect the person, someone else, but to protect yourself and to protect your vessel. And if you're in or around Key Biscayne, Nixon Beach, that area on a Saturday afternoon in May, that's high traffic time in that area. So you should be absolutely maintaining a hyper vigilant lookout. So for me, in my opinion, it's hard to believe that they didn't know that they hit Ella, and instead there was a hit and run type of a situation. But giving them the benefit of the doubt, not that I think they deserve it, that would be the situation. They didn't know it happened. I understand there was a light chop in the area. Maybe they just thought it was a chop. I find that hard to believe. I think what I think is the more likely version of events was that they did know that they hit her. There's likely alcohol involved. They were likely out all day, coming back in, maybe even had autopilot on, realized it happened, decided to leave the scene.
Interesting. So you handle boating cases.
Oh, man.
You're an expert in this. So that would be your assessment. Plus you're from the area. That's kind of your feeling, your gut feeling on this, looking at what happened, that it's highly unlikely that the boater, the driver of the boat, the operator didn't know that they hit somebody.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm a maritime attorney. This is all I do. I'm a born and raised Miamian. Literally all the cases that I handle are maritime cases. The majority are generally related to cruise ship injuries. Those are maritime incidents, all types of incidents, but of course, boating accidents, yacht accidents, et cetera. So no, I mean, I've been doing this literally for 20 years. My firm's been doing this since 1971. Based on my experience and expertise, in my opinion, I think it's more likely than not that this was a hit and run type of a situation.
So let's talk about that. Let's look at a couple of scenarios here. First of all, let's look at the hit and run scenario. Let's say this was a hit and run where the boater is aware that they actually struck somebody, Ella, and they keep going, and maybe there was alcohol involved. What are the types of charges that could be filed? Should
wrongful,
if that was the scenario, the one that you think is most likely?
Then the most likely charges would be felony vessel homicide, which is essentially murder, including hit and run, which would be an aggravating circumstance. And so you would be looking at an incredibly hefty prison sentence in a case like this. If you were looked at it from the other end and assume that there was no awareness, they didn't know that they hit Ella, you would be looking at basically careless driving, which would be a much less severe type of a sentence. So you've got a huge gap in terms of the types of penalties that could be, the charges that could be incurred, and of course the prison time that could be served for an incident like this. And that's just the criminal side of it. There's also the civil side of it, which I would guarantee this will end up in years of litigation, and all of which will be catered to do justice for Ella and compensate and make up for the life that was taken.
Yeah.
Let's say the other scenario, that somebody's boating and heaven forbid they hit Ella and they didn't know and they kept going. What kind of charges could be filed in that case? Because you and I were talking about this yesterday, by phone, and you said that wouldn't matter if they didn't know. You could still be charged because you have your responsibility as a boater to be kind of paying attention to what's going on in front of you and around you. You're operating the vessel on the water.
Absolutely. I think at a bare minimum, the criminal charges in play would be careless driving, not operating the vessel reasonably, which is a criminal charge, could result in jail time and really should result in jail time. Certainly, it's a far difference from if there was and they knew that they hit Ella and they went away, far more serious charges on the criminal side. On the civil side, frankly, it doesn't really make a difference. There's negligence either way. It's just, was it negligence of just not knowing that they hit her, not keeping a proper lookout, or was it something more egregious in terms of they knew they hit her, they left the scene? either way, that vessel is at fault. They will be on the hook for negligence for Ella's death, in my opinion. I think there's also potential liability as it relates to the operator of the ski vessel choosing to go water skiing in this area, knowing it's a heavily trafficked area, knowing it's an area with where there were prior similar incidents. So I think there's potential.
Oh, damn. They're saying that even the guy that was pulling her, or whoever it was that was pulling her, could be on the hook.
Civil liability on both vessels.
So we have the
Whoa.
Florida Wildlife Commission coming out and saying, you know, they are determined to see this through, to get to the bottom of what happened. They have the boat. They said the owner is cooperating. You know, there are different levels of cooperation. We don't know exactly what that means. And we don't know how they tracked down the boat. We don't know if the owner of the boat called in and said, hey, yeah, that was my boat. We don't know if somebody called in a tip. We don't know how these things came about. So, you know, we do know that they impounded the boat. We've seen the video of that. What do you think is the most likely scenario here? Do you see charges coming quickly? Do you think this will take some time?
In my experience, it will take some time. I think the FWC does a great job. They will do a full, fair, and thorough investigation. I would be surprised if it took, it's hard to estimate because I think there's a lot of data out there. There's a lot of witnesses to it, and I think they need to pour all through it. I am very interested to know, did they find the vessel on their own, or did this person turn themselves in? My instinct is that they found the vessel. I mean, I would guess that they searched areas all along the bay. Where they found the vessel is really not too far from where the incident was. That's an affluent area of Miami where the houses are right on the water there. They're actually in a bit of an alcove, but my instinct is they found the vessel. Yes, the person is cooperating. I think there's a lot more information that needs to come from it, but I'm really interested to see what shakes out.
Well, it is a tragedy, and that 15-year-old girl should be here. It is horrible, and we will keep an eye on it to see what comes from the investigation. But just a really awful, sad thing that's happened. Mike Winkleman, thank you so much. We hope you'll come back sometime.
I sure will. Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Well, y'all, YouTube and Rumble, I love you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube, the follow button on Rumble, the thumbs up button on both platforms. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Have a good night. Excuse me, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.